105 North Avenue, 52.
Prepare to be fucked by the object of the law.
This isn't happening. Everyone look away, please. Nothing to see here.
You can't break those cuffs.
Make him away, Toy.
Welcome to Thought Cops, the only podcast for every week. We talk about what's outraging the internet, and then we let you be the judge, we let you be the jury, we let you be the executioner, too, in the court of public opinion, coming to you live from precinct number 420 in Neo, Chicago. I'm Officer Kevin.
And I am Officer Grant.
Let's give a quick thank you to our guest from last week, Joey from the podcast Jump and Shoot. Thank you, Joey. And we all jump and shoot together with him. And we got a couple of guests this week. We got one returning guest. We got Alex Prevolos.
Hey, how's it going?
Good to have you back. And then we got, in the other seat here, Marty, a.k.a. Extremely Peace on Twitter. What's up?
That's all lowercase.
That's right.
As Twitter handles, I think, usually are, right? Aren't they?
No underscore.
Straight into that mic.
No,
Straight into the mic. Sorry.
Marty, are there any backslashes we should know about?
No backslashes, no characters, no uppercase. Extremely Peace.
Okay.
That's it.
You don't fuck with wingdings?
Not since the 90s.
You were telling us before we started recording your sort of Twitter history, your twistery, as they call it. And
They do?
so you were under a different handle before.
Yes, I used to be at Meatball Wizard and kind of got problematic.
That sounds familiar. I feel like I've seen that.
A lot of people don't like me.
Okay.
And I thought I was like small enough that it wouldn't even really matter if I was problematic, that they'd just be like, oh, it's a small account. But I got called out a lot by big accounts, and it just got annoying being like, tormented by these the morons that love that cheap, low effort, high output comedy Twitter where they just tell like dad jokes, and I'd just be like, you guys fucking blow, like this is stupid.
Yeah.
And then their fans would be like, why are you being mean to a nice person? Like you're a fucking idiot. I
Somebody
don't like you.
Jomny Sum or something?
Yeah, Johnny Sun called me out. He quote retweeted me.
Who is this?
I think he started as a weird Twitter alien account where he was like spelling words wrong and stuff, and I'm an alien, but he was like spelling alien wrong.
I fucking hate people who pretend to be aliens.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Yeah. So he wrote a book that was basically like a children's book for adults, and it's basically because all of his fans are such like pea-brained morons.
That's another thing I hate, children's books for adults. Oh my god.
What are the chances? I think I tweeted something like, can you believe people are actually paying for this? And he quoted me like, you don't have to, nobody's forcing you. And I was like, no, I get that, but people still do it. They're not being forced and they're still buying it. And so I had to rebrand after that.
Is that recently then?
That was, I think,
a couple years in the making.
Last year, and then I started going after like some of these accounts are like getting jobs at like Funny or Die, or they're like selling T-shirts that just say "frick" on them and making like $22,000 off of T-shirt sales.
Yeah,
and it's not like it affects me at all. The Twitter isn't my like line of work. I'm not trying to make a career out of it, but I feel like somebody needs to remind them that they fucking suck.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Funny or Die will when they get fired in 2 weeks, as is apparently protocol over there.
Well, I know there's a couple girls that got jobs at Funny or Die, and then they were going on there and like promoting their own Twitter account. And like, here's the funniest tweets from this week. And like 2 of the tweets are like their stuff, and they're not fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn, like who's in charge over there?
Fucking lowbrow, just jamming it in your fucking face. Like this is what's acceptable, and it's like it's not acceptable. You're just watering down content to make it appeal to more people, just because you just want clicks so that more people get ad money.
Oh yeah, and they find like content from Reddit and 4chan and stuff like that,
and then just fucking post it.
Yeah, change it up just enough so that it's familiar, but. It's, like I said, low effort, high output.
Yeah.
Like dad jokes and stuff like that.
Terrible.
And they defend themselves. They're like so staunch and like, I am funny. And it's like, no, you're really fucking not. It's just
at least like own up to it. Like even like Jay Leno, Mr. fucking family friendly white bread guy, like he had some self-awareness of the fact that he's like, I'm entertaining like the 65 plus age group, that's all retirees and shit like that. Like he's not cutting edge anymore. Like you don't have to pretend that you're making a difference. You're not making a fucking difference.
Yeah, and they just one of them recently was like trying to get into like the shock tweets, the high impact, like when you read it and you're like, oh come on, but then you retweet it anyways just so that your followers think you're edgy or something.
Or even better is when people have that history and then they try and go sort of like mainstream with it,
Yeah, and I think one of the tweets I read recently was like something about a guy having sex with his grandma. And I was like...
hilarious.
Like, dude, that's the content we've been waiting for. Like, finally. I knew you had sex with your grandma. I was just waiting for you to say it. And like, people went crazy, and I called him out on that, and he just came back with this whole thing about... It's this Kyle Plant emoji guy. And it was kind of weird because I called him out and I was like, between his avatar and like a video that he posted recently, I was like, dude, like you let yourself go. You look like shit. You look like you work at a fucking hentai shop or something like that. And hentai's free, so that makes you super fucking weird. So you're like still selling porn when porn is easily accessible and free. Creepy. And he came back with like this whole thing about being on antidepressants, and I was like, "What? All right, dude. Like,
it's weird.
I'm sorry.
Weird defense.
Yes, I didn't know that. I honestly, between us and God, don't fucking care. He's acting like an asshole online, but
and all the listeners on this podcast.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not. This isn't a PR thing.
Well, on the other end of the spectrum here, we have Alex, who is extremely offline.
Yeah, that's a fair statement.
You don't have any. Last time you said, I don't have any of the apps.
Don't have any of the apps. This is factual. Still rocking no apps, but I'm thinking about getting on apps.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The listeners their minds are blown, right?
I mean, you see the pain that comes with it, though. I mean,
this is my roommate. I live with this pain. Yeah, he actually, I think, has enabled me to stay off of social media because of the conversations and rants he goes on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to get back on the apps, primarily trying to get on some of these dating apps.
Whoa.
Yeah. A little bit about me. Dangerously available. That's where we're at.
Christian mingle.
Farmers only.
Yeah, and you've been hosting some mics and some shows and stuff. You want to talk about that? I just went to one that you were hosting 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, Make Space. So yeah, you've been to that one before.
Yeah.
That's like it's a monthly varietal show. Really talented people. That's held out of our office kind of after hours. Had a good group of people last show. I'd say maybe like 70, 80 people showed up.
Yeah.
The one last month was like 100.
Holy shit.
And like it's a room full of people that are just sitting and staring at you. Like no talking over people.
Yeah,
nobody
everyone's
has
like
phones
dangerously respectful there. It's crazy going from like
makes
just
me
like
uncomfortable.
I know, from like a comedy theater to open mic. Like there's people bombing and like their text getting all messed up and people just sit there quietly and wait. And I'm like, this is insane. Like either these people are crazy or I'm drunker than I think I am right now.
How about a boo? How about a nice boo in there?
Just give
classic.
me a boo or just some light chatter to talk to somebody when something's not going well on stage. In fact, it actually makes it more awkward when someone's like struggling to get something going and everyone is dead, silent versus like you just like hear some people talking a little bit. But yeah, I've been hosting that show. Grant told us the story of Dan Harmon, which was, very good as well.
Thank you.
And having fun with it. Not really pre-planning anything, kind of just running the crowd work, which is like my favorite thing to do.
You're fucking great at it too.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. The bit with my sister was hysterical. I think I got half the room off on that. I was pretending like I was like reading people's minds, kind of bullshit. Like, oh, I've been doing this a long time. I get a pretty good feel for people, and was like guessing around, and I got who was my sister and her boyfriend. I was like, oh, you guys look like a couple. Did you meet online? Big fan. And like just kind of went down that old bit, and it was, some people were like, oh my God, mind's blown. But it's been a lot of fun doing some stuff outside the storefront too.
Yeah, absolutely. You run that venue that's in Wicker Park.
Yeah. Every Thursday and Friday. Got our seasons, at Flatiron Arts Building. So May will be our last one, and then we'll take the summer off and hit the ground running. And after that, for a little break.
Oh yeah, man, keep at it.
Yeah, got to.
Yeah, and we might have something in the works there. We talked sort of off mic, trying to coordinate some stuff in
now
between.
On mic too,
in between people.
Now it's on mic. Yeah, the New York comedian. You said
yes. We won't say which one. Nobody knows which one.
Yeah.
Well, there's only a few to choose from. So.
Yeah.
Please say it's Louis C.K.
Wrong one.
His cousin.
So we got some show news here. We hit 30,000 downloads. So thank you to everybody.
Nice.
Which I was checking the
Thank
history.
You to Federales.
We hit 10,000 at episode like 70. So that's it's sort of like tripling our listens. Since not a full year ago. So.
Nice.
Thank you guys. Keep spreading the word.
Yeah, spread the show around. Tell your friends. Tell your parents. What do you attribute
the growth to? Is that like just word of mouth, or are you guys getting like?
It's partially word of mouth and partially like the guests we get on the show.
Yeah,
I would say
gotten a couple good ones.
We've had a number of people come into the show because like so and so they know who's on the show, and then like maybe they stick around. So
yeah, gotcha.
Do you guys do like phone calls like with people out of town and stuff like that?
We got a Discord channel.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Which if you're not in the Discord channel, you need to get in the Discord channel. So you have Discord?
What the fuck is going on right now?
You don't need to know what Discord is. It's the app for gamers.
That's a personal question.
That should tell you all you need to know about it.
No, I mean, I just have other friends that do podcasts, and I know they'd love to be a part of your guys' style and like your content and stuff.
Oh, hell yeah. Bring them our way.
They are they're way funnier than me, which is, I mean, that's a low fucking standard. But
we don't have any standards here. So.
You couldn't tell by the guns.
Yeah. Many guns just openly splayed about the apartment.
Yeah. Don't trip on them.
All the handles are taped, which is cool. That's, those are throwaway guns if you guys are unaware. So I feel very uncomfortable right now.
Let's take some of the heat off you. We got some other show news here. We won some contest we didn't enter.
Ooh, how's that?
Yeah.
We don't know. We got mentioned on another podcast, but we think that they were confusing us with someone else. Here's what I don't get. Said we made them watch the My Little Pony movie, which because I didn't do, but I'll take full credit for.
They said they said they got into a competition about who had the most RSS downloads, and they said that we won, so they had to watch the My Little Pony movie, which I don't recall doing that. Unless, do we do it on the episode with him?
I don't think so. I don't remember.
You guys party way too hard.
You could say that.
Panama!
Just watching the My Little Pony movie.
Beer bongs and My Little Pony.
Yeah. Just
Van Halen.
Togetherness and MDMA.
So
welcome to the experience.
Congratulations to us. We did it.
Fuck yeah.
I feel like George Bush right now. Feel pretty good. Mission accomplished. Let's move on to some 2 minutes of hate.
Yeah, that very hateful part of the show, 2 minutes of hate. So we kind of talk about things that annoy us, they irritate us, they get under our skin.
Blanket punishing irritating trends.
Yeah, the stuff you see when you're scrolling. So I'll begin. You ever hear anybody in their 20s say this sentence? I'm so old.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so old. I'm 24.
Literally everybody.
I fucking hate that too.
Yeah.
This isn't the Middle Ages where like that's your life expectancy. It's like 27 and it's like, oh fuck.
I got like 3 good years and that's it.
I have 16 kids and I'm 24 and I'm gonna die next year by an arrow.
And like, yeah, we don't typically see a lot of flying arrows anymore, but you still hear people in like their early 20s who are like, yup, I'm old. Pretty much throwing in, it's just like they wanted an excuse to throw the towel in for life. It's like, you want to be lazy, just fucking own up to it. But like, when I'm older than you, and I'm like, I think I got a little bit more life left in me, it's just like, you're gonna regret this when you're like in your 40s or 50s, when you look back on being 24 and being like, I'm so old.
There's some sickos that like look forward to it though, you know?
Sick
like,
freaks.
oh, I can't wait until I'm 60. It's like, what? So that you're gonna be dead in a week?
Sick all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that drives me nuts. That's a good one.
And it's like, I hate to generalize, but
Generalize.
Okay,
Generalize.
here we go.
Fucking generalize.
Here comes the racial tension.
No, I feel like
See, the problem here is
it's mostly young women, I feel like, who say this.
Oh, you went sexual instead.
Yes. I'm a sexist, not a racist.
I'm going to turn my back on you for the listeners, just so you know where I
do not
stand.
endorse this next sentence.
It's true.
is what I
To the
say.
listeners at home, he is turning his back, but I'm not going to back down. I'm going to say it's a lot of young women who are like, oh, I'm so old, and it's like, just have some fun, get out there, you know, like you're not old.
Do you think there could be a biological clock element to it? Because, you know, you can keep shooting them off until you're like 70 or 80 or whatever the fuck,
bro.
like whenever they just stop working. But women are like, oh, if I have a kid at 30, like, you know, there's whatever % chance it could be whatever, you know. I don't want to say whatever or whatever it could be.
Like that.
Fill the blank in. Fill the blank in. Yeah. We're getting real quick. We're getting some thumbs up from the audience on that one. Yep. So, no, you can.
Do you think that's why?
It's possible. I didn't want to go that deep with it,
You
but
know, just to add something to that, it does suck for younger women because I mean, men are in their prime between like the age of 16 and 74, and women are in their prime for like 1 year, like when they're 20 and a half to 21 and a half, and then after that they're just not
downhill.
Oh my god,
gravity starts to take effect.
Anyways, how about the
Between this one and the Dick Masterson episode, we just lost half our female audience. Way to go, Kevin. How does it feel? A year from now, we're going to have 35,000 downloads. How's that feel? You see what you did?
This was supposed to be empowering. I say get out there, play some ball, have some fun.
Ladies, you're better than this.
You're the one who got all biological.
I'm kidding.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Joke.
Mr. Scientist over here.
No regrets over here.
Yeah.
no regrets.
No, I'm saying, ladies, you know, talk. You could say this kind of stuff when you're like 30. No, I'm just kidding. No, you can. You know, I'm saying anybody. You know, it's not just the ladies, but it's most of the ladies I hear say this kind of thing. And I'm just saying, here's the punishment. Next time you say that, it's going to be a little Freaky Friday situation. You're going to find yourself several years older. As I've not seen the movie.
That became abundantly clear as you started talking about it.
Maybe the Freaky Friday and the Freaky Friday remake.
Yeah,
let's just say
mixed with like Big Mama's House 2 and like it's right there. I got
Freaky
you.
Friday after the next.
Yeah.
That's what it was called, I think. I'm almost positive.
I'm positive.
Alex, do you have 2 minutes of hate?
I'm just gonna go a real quick slow hate.
Slow burn.
Slow burn, slow hate. My issue is slow walkers lately. Do a lot more public transit than I used to, and I just appreciate someone who has a sense of urgency when they're walking, whether it's upstairs or downstairs or even just down the street.
Yeah.
So I just want to throw a big hate out there for slow walkers. Get out of the way. I'm not a fast walker, but if I'm catching up to you, that's really bad news.
Yeah, see, I gotta disagree with you. I'm never in a rush to go where I want to go because I'm never going where I want to be. I never want to be anywhere but like at home in sweatpants. So like if I'm outside, it's like I don't want to be here. So
maybe that's the problem. Lack of ambition.
Yeah.
You need to maybe
You sound
work
a lot
towards.
like these girls that Kevin keeps talking
well,
about.
I am old, so you know, I'm getting real fucking old.
There
Alex,
it
you're
is.
getting some love from the chat here, saying that they also prefer people to get the fuck where they're going.
Yeah.
Or just
Thank you,
get
fucking
out of the
listeners.
way. Like the sidewalk should be it should have lanes like a
I'm
highway,
into that, yeah.
and you should have to walk on the right side if you're like far right side if you're being real slow. and then the left is for passing. But
Right.
you have these groups of like 4 people that all walk in a straight line, completely obscure the sidewalk, and you can't get around them.
Right.
They should be in single file, not talking to each other.
Yes, thank you.
Even worse, though, is the people who take up the whole escalator and don't move
Those people.
during rush hour. Hey, I got
You
some
gotta
people
walk
to
up
see,
the
places to
escalator.
be,
Yeah,
places
gotta
to be.
walk
I
up.
said. I stand by it.
I got a new policy that if I start walking into somebody that has their phone out and they're like texting as they're walking, I just get your phone now. That's my policy, is I take your phone.
The term
strong arm
heads
you.
up just has never been more relevant in the world.
Which term?
Heads up.
Yeah.
Like just walking down the
Literally
streets, being
heads
just
up.
literally like, hey, heads up, like fucking trying to get through here. Like,
Yeah, I can back that up. Working at Northwestern University, I don't know if anybody's heard of that before.
Little known
Just
college,
driving down,
right?
like
Yeah.
just driving down the street up there, and there's like these engineering students, just like full bore, no outside world to them, just staring directly at their phone and just walking into the middle of the street. And it's like, holy shit, you're a little person. Like you're already like hard to see. Like, and it happens all the time. And especially now, like people have gotten super comfortable with just like walking across the street without like a crosswalk or anything like
Yeah,
that. Just
which
like,
is fine, but just have your head on a swivel.
Yeah,
it's not
head
just
on a swivel.
It's like I'm supposed to feel bad when I hit you with the car. You know?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to feel guilty for
That's
that.
bullshit.
all right. My 2009 Chevy Malibu has better brakes than you do. So, yeah, take that for granted.
2 minutes of hate.
So if you could punish them?
Oh, okay. If I could punish slow walkers, depending on the degree of slowness and sense of urgency in the situation,
Chemical burns.
I think it could be anywhere from just like, hope you drop your phone, something petty,
Yeah.
or it gets strong armed from you.
right? Or get strong armed, all the way to like, I don't know, you should just get tied up to like a post in the subway station for a day or something.
Your fish died.
Yeah. Or like a sign, maybe
Like
public.
to make an example of you.
Yeah, like public shaming almost. Like, I'm a
to
slow
bring that
walker.
back.
Yeah. And then.
Hang a sign from their neck. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, wait. Do you guys know about this? I think it might be in the UK, in Great Britain, that they do have jaywalker shaming. And when people walk across the streets, the cameras broadcast you onto like, I wouldn't say like a big screen, but like you're visible to everyone around you. Like,
See, I'm not okay with that. Jaywalking is a big conspiracy. I'm going to break it down for you.
Who is Jay, too?
I think
It's my favorite bit on Leno. And, I'm so old.
Jaywalking.
I
with
want to
Jay
say it
Leno?
was named after a specific person, but it was along the lines of, I think a Jay was like an idiot or a loser in like the 20s. It was like a slur.
Oh, you big old Jay there.
Exactly. And so like a jaywalker is an
Coincidentally, my
idiot
dad's
walker.
name.
And all of these car companies that were trying to make their cars like Ford and
Yeah.
whoever Chevy is, Chevy Chase, I guess, when they were trying to make their
that's right.
cars more ubiquitous in, 20s, 30s American culture.
Sure, numbers.
They like made this campaign against jaywalkers who are, clogging the streets where the streets are clearly for cars,
Right.
even though cars had only existed for like a year.
I feel like if they rebranded that term, they'd see less of it. Because jaywalking kind of makes you sound like a badass a little bit.
It's
almost like some on the rap sheet. It's like, yeah, he's a
It's the most
jaywalker.
efficient way to get to travel by foot.
Yes.
Is jaywalking.
If you called it like what you were saying, like Jay being maybe a synonym for like idiot or fool, it's like,
It used to be,
oh,
I
you're
think.
getting a ticket for idiot walking.
Yeah.
That is much more embarrassing, and you probably aren't going to do it at the risk of being literally ticketed for idiot walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funniest ticket on that note, real quick, I got when I was visiting a friend in college. The ticket was obstruction of justice because I was hiding out like in a closet. Cops like kind of came in this party. We're all underage. The guy wrote me a ticket, and the description of the ticket was cowering in a utility closet with another male.
What the fuck?
Isn't that ridiculous?
That's insane. That's
You-
a power trip.
Oh,
shit,
it was
dude.
a
That's
huge
insane.
power trip. And it was in Iowa City, and he saw like the Illinois lights. I feel like he was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking make this guy on the yeah, got him." High five in the coffee room.
All right. Marty, do you have 2 minutes of hate?
I do, actually, and it didn't take long for me to think of anything because there's so much on Twitter and online in general.
Yeah, and you're extremely online, so.
I'm on it.
He's on his phone right now.
Yeah, well, I had to post about the podcast. So I had to do the signal boost on there. What I would like to hate on is, in general, rich people, but more specifically, celebrities. Ooh. Celebrities fucking blow. They suck. I hate that they have their Twitter presence and they try to be like normies and stuff, like try to relate with people on stuff. And I'm like, if I had millions of dollars, I would not be on Twitter like trying to keep my fans happy. I'd tell them to go fuck themselves. I'm on a boat just like pouring champagne directly into the ocean because
you wouldn't have too many fans anymore, or you'd have way more fans.
Yeah, because well, I mean, the majority of people are very stupid. So
I mean, look at who's the one, the blonde-haired guy that does the YouTube stuff.
Jeffree Star.
Jake Paul.
Oh,
Logan Paul,
the guy who did the
all three of those are good.
Logan Paul actively like just is a horrible human being and has like millions of fans.
Yeah, he like filmed like a suicide.
Did he recover from the Suicide Forest thing?
Of course he did.
Yeah, he came back with Men Only March, where he pretended to be gay this month.
Wow, groundbreaking shit, Logan Paul.
yeah, like that sort of thing just fucking irks me. And it actually came up recently with who was the NFL owner that got caught with a prostitute? Yeah, he was in like a massage parlor getting a rub and tug or something.
Right.
And I was like, if I was a billionaire, you're seeing me on the news every single day. I do not care. I'm doing something stupid. I'm jerking off in the middle of the street. I have more than $1 billion. Are you crazy right now? I hate the way that he was demonized. Because I'd be even worse. I would be on a rooftop throwing cocaine.
So is this a hate of celebrities or is this an envy?
Well, I hate celebrities, but I also think that if you're a billionaire, you should be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want.
I think that's the problem. I think that's why everyone likes Bernie Sanders. Too many billionaires doing whatever they want, buying elections.
See, but if like
I think you're tapping into the opposite of the problem.
If my previous trends prove true, I'm pushing people towards a socialist America.
Maybe.
Sure.
The bad boy of socialism.
AOC all day. I would let her break all my toes. I don't care. Fuck that shit. She's amazing.
This is a slippery slope.
Anyways,
it really is.
like, all right, just to get more specific,
before you get to your thing, like I know Jennifer Lawrence does that all the time. She's like, I just like eating pizza, and it's like, no, you have a celebrity trainer.
Yes.
You diet all the time. Like you're getting movie roles. You
like
look good.
you.
You're not like me.
No.
Like you're better than me. We all know that Jennifer Lawrence is better than me.
Yeah.
I was actually on the Uber ride over here. I was like, I would much rather be doing Jennifer Lawrence's podcast right now. Like this is
Same here. I would too. My fucking co-host.
We're all in agreement.
I'd eat pizza for her worst parts.
And the thing is, she's so rich, she doesn't have worst parts.
Exactly. Oh, all right. But just the one specific thing that was on my mind, why I brought up that 2 minutes of hate was like Chrissy Teigen and John Lennon just completely irk me for some reason. And I know she's probably like
me too.
Somewhat decent person. They do good stuff. John Legend's a good guy. He makes good music. But I hate that people are like, oh my God, do you see what Chrissy Teigen's making for dinner tonight? It's like, I don't give a fuck what this millionaire is doing right now.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I'm eating fucking ramen noodles and I'm going to sit on Instagram and watch her fucking make fucking frozen raviolis or something. Like, you idiot. Why are you not at a 5-star fucking restaurant right now?
She has a cookbook, I'm pretty sure, where it's just like recipes. Like, she's not a chef or anything. She's taken no classes. She just has a cookbook for how to make microwave macaroni and cheese because she's just a normal person.
That's
the whole shtick.
So normal.
She posts about the Switch games that she's playing.
Yeah.
You're right.
There's a lot of pent-up hatred right there.
You're steaming.
Whew. All right, sorry, guys.
The windows are fogging.
We're here for you, man. This is what it's all for.
Old styles are kicking in.
So that's my bit. What's your punishment? these guys?
My punishment is that a millionaire actually does have to live a week of a fucking normal civilian, like a serf, like we are, where we're just like what's it called, indentured servants, pretty much, like. This is what it's really like to be a normie. Stop fucking acting like us and trying to get us on board with your shit. You're a millionaire. Fucking do it, all right? Just be a piece of shit millionaire. Stop pretending to be normal.
I stand with normies. There we go.
Yeah, just the
Stand with
middle
normies.
class.
Yeah.
Middle class hero right here.
Sure.
AOC.
A middle class hero is someone to be, just as John Lennon said.
Going nowhere.
I got one, and then we'll move to the
Real
news
quick,
segment.
I feel like if John Lennon was still alive, he would be like the worst poster. Just the most obnoxious poster on Twitter.
Yeah.
Just he's like, imagine.
Like,
What? Imagine what?
He got very sort of like, especially towards the end of his life, very fucking obnoxious. He was like one of these normie people towards the end of his life. He's like, I'm going to lay in bed all day. It's like, yeah, because you have the money to lay in bed all day.
Yeah.
I lay in bed all day. That's called unemployment.
And with
you do it, you get
with
people.
your 3,000 thread count fucking bedspread and everything, and peaceful, quiet sanctuary where I'm in a goddamn apartment with Western Avenue and people just driving their dicks off all night.
Saw a couple of fellas peeing in my alley this morning.
Yeah, shooting up and peeing.
Some
at the same
normie
time.
shit, dude.
Yeah, normie shit. There you go, John Lennon. Imagine this, you fucking idiot.
All right, I got one.
Respect for the dead.
This is a personal, like, I feel like it's not a constant thing in my life because I don't seek this out, but people sort of force this on me in a certain way. Members of my family, especially. I was on the phone with my sister recently. She had a surgery, and my cousin is out there, and they're sort of hanging out, just like doing like women stuff, like literally
Being old.
Just like they spent within 2 or 3 days, they spent $3,000 online shopping.
That's women's stuff?
$3,000. Yeah,
Women be shopping, my friend.
Women be
They'd
shopping.
be shopping.
Women be shopping,
But
women be old.
The other thing that they've
That's
been
the other half
doing,
of that, yeah.
the other thing they've been doing has been watching these disgusting YouTube videos where people pop pimples.
I knew you were going to fucking say that. God damn it.
Like you felt it coming up, right? Why do people like this?
There's one
it's
account
called
on Instagram, like Dr.
Pimple Popper.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're telling me about this, and as I'm on the phone with them, checking in for, would you shut the fuck up?
Talking about pimples!
Yeah. That's
your normie life,
that's the
John Legend.
That's the ambulance for major pimples outside. That's the ambulance for them.
Ambulances.
Yeah.
It's not just pus, it's blood too, but go on.
And they're on the phone with me, and they're disgracing me by watching these videos as they're talking to me.
So they're not paying full attention.
That is highly disrespectful.
It's the most disrespected I've ever been in my life.
This is the only way I can be on the phone with you, is if I'm watching this grotesque.
And they're
So
like
unbearable.
narrating it. And the last time my sister was here, she was showing me these videos. And one of my ex-girlfriends used to watch these videos.
And this didn't convert you in any way?
No, it's horrifying. Why would you watch this? I get that there's some sort of like, it's like scratching an itch. It's sort of like there's something
That relief.
satisfying to
Yeah.
it. There's relief to it. But it's gross, man.
Honestly, that's like borderline gore posting.
It really is.
It's snuff. It's like a snuff film, where
like
people.
I can find all sorts of horrifying 4chan and subreddit and like just
Like
different
Goatsy or
disgusting
whatever,
parts of the internet. It's exactly like that, but just 1 or 2 steps below. And it's always forced on me. Like, you have to watch this. I don't have to. No, I don't. Why would I?
So wrong.
But I love how everybody's so jaded now that when you see like those videos and pictures, you're just like, oh wow, and then you just keep scrolling. Whereas like the first time you saw it, like Goatsy or whatever, if you guys are familiar with Goatsy, the first time you see it, you're like, oh fuck, I gotta fucking cancel my shit. I'm not doing anything for this week now. And now when I see it, I'm like, fucking Goatsy, there he is again. And people will like put like little quotes in his butthole. And I don't know, that's just the funniest thing in the world. but you can't let anybody catch you seeing that. Like if you're sitting on a bus watching these pimple popping videos and somebody looked over and was like, what the fuck? Why are you smiling right now?
Yeah.
Like, you smell weird. So, yeah, I get what you're saying. That's so fucked up.
Yeah. And they force it on me.
That's the worst part.
Yeah.
So what do you do about this?
If that's your hobby,
punishment.
if that's your hobby, just shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Just
So do you punish them by like making them come over and popping your?
You're never
allowed.
You're never allowed to pop a pimple ever again. Your own or someone else's. It just grows into a cyst, and that cyst just becomes you.
You're fucking sick, dude. Yeah, that's fucked up. It's
twisted.
Yeah,
that's what you get making me watch these videos.
My penis just went inside my body thinking about that.
Nico in the chat says, "Fuck you. I love popping pimples."
Yeah. Why is it? To jump back on the sexist train, why is it always women?
Well, she's
only women.
Well, she follows up and says, "This is male privilege that you don't like it."
It's male privilege.
Privilege.
If this was one of my hobbies, you would call the police on me. If you found a bunch of like pimple popping videos on my computer, you would call the police on me and they would arrest me.
That's more of a straw that broke the camel's back in your situation.
They'd interrogate me for like being a serial killer.
Yeah, exactly.
Like what? This guy had gigabytes worth of pimple popping footage.
Right, that becomes one of the key character traits of serial killers.
Yeah.
Like much like, usually serial killers hurt animals and stuff. It's like, well, he was hurting animals, watching a lot of pimple popping videos. The signs were there. This guy was destined for murder.
Exactly. Yeah.
Red flags.
That's your first date. Is like, you want to come over? Like, we'll watch a movie or something, and like you put on pimple popping videos.
That's so
got some popcorn. Like, oh wait, this is my favorite part.
I'm gonna reverse engineer this somehow and just start up what's that, like Tinder? I'm gonna start a Tinder account and just list that as like my favorite hobby and just see how many fucking.
I thought you were going to say, like, giving myself pimple videos instead of pimple popping.
No,
like,
just
he's rubbing, like, bacon grease all over his face. He's like, I want a girlfriend.
Yeah, here's some axle grease and come pop my shit.
No, I'm gonna reverse engineer this. I'm gonna say this is my favorite thing and just see how many broads I can get.
Woo-wee.
Yeah, see, Nico does elaborate. She says, honestly, I would love it if my boyfriend would let me pop his pimples.
Yeah, that's another fucking thing. Yeah. Huh. It's weird.
Fellas,
I had to beg my ex to pop my pimples, and she would not. And she watched those pimple popping videos and enjoyed them, and I was like, this is fucked up.
It's fucked up.
We're not made for each other. I gotta go.
Speaking of having to go, let's get into today's top stories. If you guys haven't listened to Thought Cops before, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories. Then we sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and unusual punishment. Kevin, do you have one that you would like to get to?
I do. We're talking about dating apps here. We're all...
Oh, yeah.
We're out there. We're slinging it. Tinder is starting up height verification. Apparently,
height verification?
Yes, apparently a lot of guys are saying they're 6 foot and over when they're only 5'6".
So is that specifically guys being that like height verification?
I think so.
Really?
In the chat here it says manlets are on suicide watch.
All right, I'm not obviously not a woman hater. I love women, but
me too.
Is in the spirit.
I think we all.
I want to make that clear.
Yeah, guys, right? We can all agree we're like into chicks. We love them, right?
Biology aside, whatever the hell.
In the spirit of fairness, I think if there's going to be like a height thing for men, then there should be a camera angle thing for women and their selfies.
I think it should be a cup size verification.
Oh boy!
Whoa. Yeah. Okay. I'm not even gonna pretend to know.
I have heard this from women who have gone on dates and they're like, yeah, he said he was 6 foot. He turned out to be 5'4". And it's like, just be honest, just be yourself. And I guess people are thinking if I don't say that I'm whatever height, but to be fair, here's where the honesty comes in. A lot of women, let me retake that. Some women.
This is a racy episode. I didn't think it was going to be like this, but this is just how things went.
Woman haters.
Some women on Tinder say that they only want guys who are 6 foot and over. And lucky for me, I am 6 foot. You can verify that. We'll have the boys measure me later on.
There's got to be a steadfast rule, because we all know the rule on age, right? It's half your age plus 7.
Yep.
As long as you're within
For
a
sex,
certain,
right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Cool.
I just know that's the rule.
No, sex
right?
is any age. It's fine.
Oh no.
Yikes.
It's gonna get us banned from the iTunes store.
No, it won't. They
Not
love
that
this
kind
shit.
of sex. It's like
But there's no
consensual.
rule that's like half your height plus a foot, There's not.
Yeah.
And there should be, because if it's like a girl that's like 5'1" and she's like only 6 foot or taller, it's like, well, but that's a full foot taller. Like it should at least be within a certain.
You know what
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the range then?
Yeah.
What's your flex? Is it plus minus 6 inches?
Yeah.
I think-
There's got to be something like that.
guys, height is only 2 numbers.
If you're in Europe, it's 1 number. If you're in most of the world, it's 1 number.
5 kilometers tall. Whatever.
That's just like young males in their early 20s constantly saying all the time, which is so annoying, that they're just so short now, and it's just the worst.
Do you think it's just like a little fucked up that women can go on dating apps and say like, oh, only these guys are not looking for a hookup?
More into the mic
and
real quick.
very specific. Yeah. But like for me, if I was on a dating app, it would be like, please, just fucking anything. Like, oh my God, just have a heartbeat, please. Maybe even not that. But I just think it's funny that you would say something like only guys 6 feet or over, and the guy lies about it and he's like 5'10", and you're like complaining to Tinder like, oh God, I can't believe that I wasted this fucking Thursday afternoon on this douchebag that was 5'10". That just seems so it's like a cockiness almost, like you actually don't deserve a guy over 6 feet. Like, you suck, you're old.
Nico in the chat says, in the spirit of equal rights, a weight verification is okay.
Okay, here's
Yes.
the crazy thing.
They should just have like your stats. Just list your stats.
Like attack, defense,
Yeah, like a magic card.
what
it's like
class you are.
Yeah.
Low. for me.
paladin.
+2 alcoholic.
But get this. This is how it works. Apparently, you have to take a screenshot of yourself or a picture of yourself standing next to a commercial building. And the employees at Tinder then verify how tall the building is compared to you next to the building. Then you can have your height on your profile.
So you can go to like the International Midgets Guild, where like the building is half the height of most buildings, and be like, look at it.
Is that a real thing?
It fucking should be.
I assume.
And spirit, it's equal rights. We're in 2019.
Yeah, there should be a building for
small
those
people.
guys.
Sorry,
Yeah.
not midgets. Midgets is problematic. Halflings? No, not halflings. That's
You've left this life behind you. You're starting fresh.
We're at a
Small
point of
people.
no return at this point.
small people. Yes. Stand next to that building. That would be hilarious.
I'm going to stand next to the Sears Tower and just have them try and like find out how many pixels I am. Fuck them.
See, IO Netrunner in the chat
pixels.
says, I am 5'9" and I hate it. I don't think I'm short, but apparently I am.
Is that a dude or a girl?
He's a guy, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a guy. Okay. Yeah, 5'9". Sucks.
It just sucks that like when you're under 6 feet, you have a like painfully small penis too.
Yeah, that's so
just
true.
Such a bummer.
And when
like,
you're-
I'm
when you're-
5'9" and like, oh God, I look at it sometimes and I'm just bummed out. What were you guys talking about other than that?
Well, I think if
Anything
you're
else?
short and you have a big dick, it looks even bigger for what it's worth.
It helps to have small hands too because it makes your dick look bigger when you're alone.
Which is what really
Anyways, can we
matters.
just fucking talk about something else?
Yeah, so Tinder, do we really say it? Your punishment is you have to have a weight verification.
I mean, I think that's fair. That's probably just get all the
times
information.
width, you know, I want to know,
and a length verification,
and also just the stats. I want to know, you
Yeah.
know, how
is
we
it
doing
your-
on Magic.
Is it your measurements like, you know, the 29, 35, 46, whatever the ideal measurements are for like bust, waist,
More into the mic.
butt? Oh, sorry.
no problem.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not.
Yeah, I'll verify my height. I'm 5'8 3/4" all day, baby. Like, tell me what you are now. I think that's fair. That's a fair trade-off.
People could also just like, well, I guess that's the problem is asking, and people lie. So never
I don't
mind.
want measurements with Spanx on or
that.
anything, so... Okay.
Well, and In other news, there's more problems than just height verification, and this may actually feed into the next news story. But this is from the Washington Post.
So this is an actual problem.
This is an actual problem. This is a big problem. The problem is
ads on websites.
Ads on websites, motherfucker.
Jesus.
All right, give me a second.
That's bullshit, dude.
I'm gonna open in an incognito tab so it doesn't know who I am. There we go. The share of Americans not having sex has reached a record high.
Oh, I saw that today. Yeah.
I wonder why. Maybe all this height verification talk.
All this superficial bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Like, what are we supposed to do? Have sex in fun houses where, like, you know, the mirrors make you look like 10 feet tall or something like that? Or, like, illusions and stuff? Tactical.
Interesting.
Illusions.
That is, what is it? Sex is at an all-time low?
10-year low or something.
Yeah, it's at a 10-year low.
Like the sexually active people or something?
People under 30 especially are, like, the group of people under 30 not having sex is, like, tripled within a 10-year time span.
Which, I mean, that's weird because I've been masturbating like more than ever. So I feel like that number should be. I personally am bringing
like
that number
you're gonna make up
yeah.
for it, but they're talking about like two or more people, so that doesn't count. No, two or more people engaged in coitus.
I see.
Yes, not just one person.
So they're not like
trying
looking
to
for
break
numbers,
the jerk-off
right?
world record.
Gotcha.
That's disgusting.
Gotcha.
I mean, I've heard people theorize on this because you hear a lot of mental health rising as well, and when you're depressed, your libido is going to be pretty low.
And there's a lot more people nowadays that live at home with their parents than there ever have been in like the past 50, 60, 100, 200, like ever. This is the most people that have ever lived with their parents.
You don't talk to a girl at a bar and be like, hey, I live in a basement. And my parents live upstairs.
Want to go bang on my bunk bed?
Yeah.
You have to be quiet. Don't wake up my brother.
I guess we're hanging out at different bars. The girls I talk to are super into that.
So get the parents in the mix. You know?
Oh, God.
Mom, I'm home. That's disgusting.
Already naked, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's also just like the widespreadedness. It's sort of like, oh, well, you got apps on your phone. You can just click someone's name and just go out and have sex anytime you want if you have a low enough bar. So for some people, it's just sort of like, I don't know.
Well, all right.
The illusion of choice sort of thing.
I have a personal feeling about this. And it's actually
careful not to twist that thing.
Yeah, sorry. I've been messing with it the whole time. It's like a nipple ring. Sorry. And this isn't problematic. I think this is an actual issue, and I'm trying to be like as much of an ally as possible.
Say it in a Jordan Peterson voice so people know you're being ironic.
Oh God, I haven't had enough beef today. Just straight up red meat injections.
And salt.
Yes.
Don't forget the
you
salt.
gotta have beef and salt.
And nothing else.
But I think it's like obviously like empowerment, like female empowerment, minority empowerment. One of the negative problems that has come from that is people aren't just out there like, I just want to have sex. Like, let's just go fuck real quick. And like that, which was something during the 90s was super easy to get into. Now these days it's like, oh, I'm not going home with that guy, or oh, fuck that girl. Like, she looks like a bitch. Like, it used to be a little bit different where it's like you can still empower each other and you still got to get your rocks off. So I think that's the negative that's coming from people just being like so woke online and having those insane opinions that I don't know where they came up with.
Can you elaborate on that a little more? Not to like parse apart what you're trying to say, but just so I understand what you're trying to say.
All right. So I completely understand people that like hate men and white men in general. Like,
yeah, sure.
I fucking get it. If you just like exist,
I get it too. I hate myself.
Yes. I look at like fucking country singers and I'm like, yeah, fucking we suck, dude. This is terrible. You're a terrible representative. But the negative part of that is that like when you're out at a bar and say you're just the normal fucking dude.
Normie. Yeah.
You're not causing any trouble. You're not fucking dropping day rape drugs and drinks. Like, you're just hanging out and trying to get laid. And there's other girls there that are in the same boat and you're decent looking and they're decent looking.
You're like 5'11", maybe 6.
5'11" and 7'8".
Respectable height.
We'll get that verified. But I feel like before early 2000s at the latest, you could be like, all right, fuck it, like I'm just gonna go hook up with this girl, or I'm just gonna go hook up with this guy. But now these days it's like, you're not getting this, and
but it's more sort of like the Me Too movement sort of thing is feeding into people's
like
fears.
I've had a few drinks, I'm not gonna go home with this guy because then he's taking advantage of me. And it's like, well, we're both drunk, we both really want to have sex. I don't understand why that's not
that's certainly become more of an issue in recent memory, you know.
And it is, and
that's
they've
why I said about it. I think on like the Joe Rogan podcast, aka Oprah for Men, about how like there's certain college campuses where if there's like two consenting adults and they're both drunk, like that, like the man or the woman, depending on the case, like I think that there was a guy that like called the police on a woman that he had a one night stand with, like in order to make sure he didn't get like the police called on him or something like that, like to sort of spin things around preemptively, shit like that. Like, to what extent that happens, I have no idea. But to say that that's not in the public's mind, you know, like you hear people. We talked about a couple months ago. Henry Cavill said he didn't want to be like in a room talking to a girl because he didn't want to be called a rapist or something like that. It's like, yeah, that's fucking dumb for him to say, but to say that that's not on people's minds is like, yeah, I don't know.
But how cocky would it be to like preemptively like call the cops before you go out for the night and be like, you might want to keep an eye on me. Yeah, I'm getting fucked tonight.
Well, I think also, you know, living in a big city, women are way more cautious, which is good because there's a lot of fucking creeps out here.
Oh, yeah, mostly creeps.
You know,
and then you find out in this room.
You know, no, but like, I'm just
65%.
I'm just saying, like, when I feel creepy when I'm walking behind a woman at a certain pace, like getting off like the train, and I'm like, oh god, we're going the same way. Like, I hope she turns here. Nope, she's still going the same direction as me. It's late at night. Oh, please let this end. And I'm just like,
yeah, and you're just towering over her at that 6 foot mark. It's just
6 foot and 3 7/8, dude. He's like,
bad.
And a couple of these articles that I saw sort of do reflect what you're saying, which is like some people, there is like a reestablishment of values, you know, that's sort of happening in culture right now, that it's like, yeah, I don't know, people are more aware of things, which is, yeah, good, but there's certainly a part, I would say not an overstated part, but it's definitely like at least 10% or 5% or something like that.
And I feel like with that, there's like two sides of the same coin, where it's women are being I would never say overly cautious, because as a woman in America right now, you can't be overly cautious.
No, you can never be
You
too
can't
cautious.
walk outside at night. Like, it's fucking retarded. Dropped the R-bomb real bad. Sorry. But yes, it does suck. And they're not overly cautious, but at the other side of that coin is, men are being overly, withdrawn, where like you're afraid to come off as over.
Yeah.
Like, not aggressive,
even if you're
but
just like a normal person that's not, you know, out to do anything dubious. You
like
know?
If you just like, I'm afraid to smile at this girl because she's gonna fucking lay into me.
Which is it's a stupid mindset to have. Yeah,
her friends are gonna make fun of me, and like I already got a small dick and I'm under 6 foot. Like, I don't need this right now.
Yeah.
My confidence is an all-time low.
I think moral of the story is don't be a bad person.
Yeah, I want to say, like, I feel
That's
like
a good safety net.
the best compliment I've ever gotten from multiple women.
Whoa,
look at this guy over here. Multiple.
Thank you for being normal.
Non-related family members, or
yes,
okay.
like after
Thank
like
you for being normal.
after a date or something. It's
Like
thank you for
like
being
a blind
normal.
date, or like a
Like
date.
Tinder, whatever
Gotcha.
else. Yeah, it just
Thank you for being normal.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh yeah, because there's
Do
probably
you
a
and
bunch
you take
of.
that as like a genuine compliment.
Do they give
I
you
do
a card?
seriously. I didn't want to be like. At first, I was like, "Are you calling me a normie?"
Yeah,
And then I'm like, "Oh no, just thank you for not being a
The N-word.
weirdo or a creep."
The N-word, normie.
Yeah.
Yes.
You get
wonder where you're going with that for a second.
Do you get like a card in the mail a few weeks later, like just a thank you note, like, listen,
Yes.
I'm sorry that I didn't fucking like you because you suck, but I'm not saying you specifically.
No, you're right, though. I do so.
But then it says, thank you for being normal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never going to talk to you again, but at least you had one good thing about you.
It's a consolation prize.
Yeah,
That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
And
It makes me
sometimes
feel
it
good
has.
for you.
Thank you,
Yes.
man. Thank you for being here for me.
You got that going for you, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't even get that.
You don't have a lot.
No. Losing it by the
I'm going to do a quick silence right here. How you guys doing on time in terms of your...
I think we got to get scooting.
Yeah, should
Okay.
we wrap up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Punishment for this is get out there and get laid.
Yeah, sex.
Have some fun.
Have sex with somebody. Wear a condom, please. Just
Wear a
please
condom,
wear a
have some
condom.
fun. You know, because we're all young, baby.
Yeah.
Not me.
Really,
I'm old, man. I'm halfway.
Female empowerment. Use that pussy and fucking own people.
I'm either...
There we go. Now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
I'm talking
either-
about women of color only. White women, no respect for you. You're old, and I'm just tired of it.
Well,
so,
They can own me too.
strange thing about this statistic, and then we'll wrap up here, is that the number of 30-year-olds that tripled that's going down is mostly men. Women under 30, apparently it's just sort of a steady line. So
Interesting.
I'm guessing that means that gay guys just sort of dropped out over the past 10 years.
I mean, from what I've witnessed,
I'm not good at statistics,
or heard
so I
of,
don't know.
Yeah, I feel like from what I've been told of people who are of that orientation is that it seems to be as wild as ever. Or as rampant as ever.
Isn't that a negative stereotype, though?
And I'm not sure. Like, I'm saying this is what I was told.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm not. Yeah.
Could be. I think just there are way more straight up nerds out there now, and
That's
they just
yeah, for sure.
The webcam game and the non-actual human interaction is a part of what contributes to the massive low numbers.
Yeah.
People are soft.
Oh, people in the chat are calling me Chad, which is pretty cool. because people call me normal, that makes me a fucking Chad.
I guess
Hell
that's
yeah.
just the
Chad,
chain
bro.
of command.
yeah. Just start wearing K-Swiss right now and just bring that trend back.
Couple skull candy headphones.
Yeah.
Jägermeister hat.
Yeah.
The chat also says anime and ketamine greater than fucking.
This is why we're having this problem.
That's why Donald Trump won.
So let's wrap it up here real quick. Key to the city, we give it out to the do-gooders or things that something positive, you know, just get some
Key to the city, okay.
some posy energy out there. Grant. you're on the
I don't
spot.
have one. You start.
Oh, God.
Does anybody have anything positive that they've seen especially online?
It's hard to think of.
In
I know
recent.
the audience is shaking his head.
Especially
real quick, I want to say thank you to. He's been laughing at every single thing we've said. It's made me feel real
He is
good.
fucked
Round
up
of
right
applause
now.
for the audience.
Yeah.
Round of applause. He is fucked up right now.
Johnny Do right
No
now.
idea where he's at or
Take
what's
what I
going
can
on.
get.
Here's a positive thing. I like White Claws. Have you guys ever had White Claws?
No,
That's a positive
that's
thing.
a beer, right? Or
hard
liquor.
seltzer.
Seltzer.
Hard seltzer.
I'm not big
Yes.
on seltzer.
They are amazing.
Interesting.
Key to the city to White Claw. Okay.
Yeah.
White
Key to the
Claws
city.
are the wave of the future, and they make you a better person.
All right, I
everywhere.
got one. Key to the city this week. Women. How about I got
Oh, there we go.
Go off, King.
Even though they're all somehow old.
Yeah.
Key to the city. Yeah.
old maids
wow.
out there? I'm with you.
I got to jump on this train. Key to the city goes to women for me as well. That's a hard yes.
More keys. More
Yeah.
women.
Alex, the
Priorities,
pressure's
man.
on.
Ooh, key
Priorities.
to the city.
Don't be a bitch.
I'm gonna go
Come on,
with
man, do the right thing.
women. I'm gonna give it up to
Okay.
women. Yeah, keys to the
All
city
right.
to women.
And you know what? Rule of threes, too. That's funny.
Look at this misogynist over here.
This
that's-
is fucked up.
Giving it to fucking seltzer water.
Wow.
That's
Gender
why-
traders. Much.
That's why you never go first.
Okay,
That's
so
why you never go
I go
first.
straight for the
Someone
hard
tells you to
seltzers.
volunteer, you just don't do it. Never do it.
And word of the week is...
Fugazi economics.
Fugazi?
I think it's
hate that
Fugazi,
shit.
right?
Yeah, Fugazi.
I can't pronounce.
I hate
you
that
guys,
Forget about it.
You guys know.
Just
We've
tell us
done-
what it is.
We've done
Fugazi.
110 episodes. You guys know I can't pronounce things.
true.
Fugazi.
Fugazi.
Fugazi economics.
Now, this is Italian, but please tell us
This is
English definition.
Beto O'Rourke's cool 90s kid economic policy where everyone
was a
gets
hacker?
everyone gets $5.
Oh,
That's
Yeah.
it?
No, that's not it.
Yang gives us
No, that's,
1,000.
that's a joke because
Yang.
Okay, okay.
that's actually a joke from I saw Jake Flores had a tweet about it that was
Okay.
like Yang's economic policy of universal basic income is everyone gets $1,000. Fugazi used to charge only $5 for every single one of their shows, so Fugazi economics
Oh, gotcha.
is everyone gets
$5
$5.
economics.
Yeah. That's
Throw
not.
it.
I don't know what the fuck it is. It's just insulting to me that this term exists.
I feel like you're throwing that hard G on Fugazi, and it just sounds so racist. It's just so Fugazi.
Get you here.
Gotta
hear
watch
what you
those
wanna.
hard G's. All right, let's do some. Nico in the chat says Benghazi, so we've come full circle somehow.
Oh, we do have a review.
we do have one review. This is the Australian version of
iTunes.
John is
the
loving
Australian
this right
version of iTunes.
It's
Hardmen.
upside down.
iTunes.
Yeah, I gotta crane my neck, but it says Hardmen reviewing Hard left this. What can I say except it's all right. 5 stars. Thank you, Lakembra, and the Hardmen working hard for leaving that review. Thank you
boys.
so much.
Thank you, iTunes.
And I think that they finally released their podcast for public consumption.
we'll have to have them on. Yeah,
absolutely.
cool.
Where can we find you guys online?
I am at Extremely Peace
On Twitter.
on Twitter.
Okay.
Yes. Only Twitter, Meatball Wizard on Instagram, but I don't use that shit because it's for lames.
Yeah, and I am at P.O. Box 13749 6497134 at undisclosed location, redacted, Chicago, Illinois.
All right, well, check them out.
And how about your Instagram account where we can follow the?
Oh, check them out.
Oh, you follow the storefront Shy.
Yeah, look them up at the Flatirons Art Building. Flatiron Arts Building, sorry. Right there at Damon, Milwaukee, and the other fucking street.
Oh yeah,
The big
storefront.
clusterfuck
Yeah,
over there.
yeah,
in Wicker
yeah.
Place. Yeah.
10 corners for some reason.
Corners.
all
They're
right,
making up for something.
Alrighty.
that's about it.
Thanks.
You want to do the voicemails?
There's only one voicemail, and they don't have headphones, so we should just.
we'll let you go. There's,
let-
there's
we'll
more
let 'em
than
go.
there's more than that, but
Okay.
There was. I only saw one
Nikki
pee.
left one.
recently.
Yeah, like within the last hour.
Okay. Let's just wrap up. We'll save that for next episode.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
That sounds good to me.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Yeah. Thanks again.